All right, so get this. We're diving deep today into this Chinese blog post I found.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it's called Ukake. Yeah, you
Oh.
know what that translates to?
What's that?
How to focus on yourself. Watch American TV shows. Talk about life.
Hmm. Interesting.
It is, and it's from a blog called Sandu Life Blog, posted January 30th this year.
Okay.
Now, the title itself, right, kind of makes you scratch your head a little.
Yeah, I bet.
But trust me on this one, it gets really interesting.
I'm all ears.
Okay, so basically, it's all about maximizing this thing the author calls anxijan,
Okay.
which means hidden time.
Hidden time.
Yeah, and what that means is all those little moments in the day
Mm-hmm.
we usually don't give a second thought to,
Like what?
like showering, doing the dishes, even just walking from one place to another.
Uh-huh.
And the author is saying we can actually use these moments to seriously improve ourselves.
That's a really neat concept.
Isn't it?
Yeah. I can see how it sort of connects to the whole mindfulness trend.
Oh, really?
That whole idea of being present even with the boring everyday stuff.
Exactly. And here's another cool thing. The author actually brings up a book
Okay.
called Tong by this Chinese author named Tran Lu Peng,
Uh-huh.
who seems to have really inspired this whole blog post. But okay, let's get to the heart of it.
Yeah. How do we actually use this hidden time?
Well, the post says a big part of it is analyzing our thoughts during those times.
Okay.
Because honestly, most of the time our brains are just kind of on autopilot.
Oh, absolutely. Our minds just love to fall back into those same old thought patterns.
Right. And a lot of the time, those patterns aren't really leading us anywhere good.
Exact.
And the author gives these really relatable examples of unproductive thoughts.
Well, like,
Replaying conversations over and over in your head,
oh, yeah.
or obsessing over why someone did something,
Uh-huh.
even just daydreaming about things that'll probably never happen.
Yeah.
I mean, who hasn't spent their whole commute just mentally rehashing an argument?
Or fantasizing about winning the lottery.
Totally.
It's so common.
It is, but these thought patterns can be really bad for us.
Oh, for sure. Like, take rumination, for example.
Rumination.
Yeah, it's that tendency to dwell on negative thoughts and experiences.
Okay.
And studies show it's a big contributor to anxiety and depression.
Wow. I never thought of it that way.
It's like getting stuck in a mental rut.
So how do we break free from these unproductive thought patterns during our hidden time?
Well, that's where the blog post gets really interesting.
Right.
It suggests we actively replace those unproductive thoughts with ones that are more constructive.
Okay, so like mental decluttering.
Exactly.
I like that.
So instead of going over that awkward conversation again,
Yeah.
you could use that time to mentally plan your day or come up with solutions to a problem at work.
That makes sense. Or like instead of rehashing that conversation, I could use the time to plan my day
Exactly.
or brainstorm some solutions to a problem at work.
Right. Or maybe you use your walk to the bus stop to mentally prepare for a presentation.
Oh, that's a good.
Or even just organize your to-do list.
Right.
Really, the possibilities are endless.
It's like a productivity hack from Silicon Valley.
Right.
But does it really work?
Well, the blog post says that by consciously choosing what we think about during hidden time,
Yeah.
we're basically preparing ourselves to take action,
Uh-huh.
like planting seeds in our subconscious.
Wow. Okay.
And get this, they even cite research that says 40% of our daily actions are driven by habits.
40%?
Yeah, 40%.
That's a lot.
It is, right? It
Yeah.
really makes you think, like if almost half of what we do is just habit, it
Sure.
shows how powerful those little things we do every day can be.
Yeah, and it also makes you think about bad habits.
True. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the other side of it. But the good news is this blog post says we can actually reprogram those habits and thought patterns.
Really, by using our hidden time.
Exactly. It's like intentionally building new good habits.
So like instead of just scrolling on my phone while I'm waiting for the elevator, I could use that time to practice a language I'm learning.
Exactly. Or listen to a podcast.
Oh, yeah. Good one. The blog post actually gives this example of planning your work outfit the night before.
Yeah.
Sounds simple, right?
Yeah.
But it can make a big difference.
It can. You're saving time in the morning when you're already rushing.
It's funny you mentioned that. I actually started doing that recently.
Man.
It's been amazing. It's like one small change, but it affects my whole morning.
That's the whole point. Small changes, when you do them all the time, can really improve your life.
Now I'm curious about these constructive thoughts the post talks about. Is it like positive affirmations or something?
Not really. It's more about using your mental energy on purpose. Like the post gives the example of using hidden time to practice answers for a job interview.
Oh, that's a good one. I
Uh-huh.
could definitely see how that would help.
Mhm.
Instead of stressing about the questions, I could use that time to get ready
The author actually talks about how they came up with a great answer to a tough interview question
Oh, wow.
while they were walking to the interview.
Really?
They think that mental prep during their hidden time helped them get the job.
That's so cool. It makes you realize those little moments can really matter.
Absolutely. The post also mentions using hidden time to plan workouts or even meals for the week.
Oh, yeah. I'm always trying to figure out dinner, so maybe if I use my commute to plan meals, I wouldn't have to rush to the store after work.
Exactly. It's all about using that time we usually waste to make life easier.
You know what I find really interesting is that the post isn't just about single actions or thoughts. It's about the impact of all these little changes over time.
Right. It's not about changing everything overnight,
Yeah.
but using hidden time to build good habits and reach your goals bit by bit.
Like slowly building a better version of ourselves, one hidden time, moment at a time.
Exactly. And remember that 40% of our actions being habit-driven,
Yeah.
that really shows how powerful this can be. The post says, by shaping those habits with small intentional actions during our hidden time, we can actually rewire our brains for success.
It's like we have all this potential just hiding in plain sight.
Yeah.
You know, these little moments we usually don't even think about could actually be the key to making big changes.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to put it. The blog post really wants us to rethink how we see time,
Yeah.
especially those little bits throughout the day.
And what I really like is that this isn't about adding even more stuff to our schedules.
Right.
It's about using the time we already have in a better way.
Exactly. It's about realizing that even 5 minutes can be valuable if we use it right.
So, okay, let's recap what we've learned from this deep dive into hidden time.
Okay.
First, we found out about this awesome concept of who on Shijan
Uh-huh.
and how it can be like a secret weapon for self-improvement.
We also talked about changing our thinking
Yeah.
from those unhelpful negative thoughts to thoughts that actually help us move forward.
And we can't forget that 40% of our daily actions are just habit.
It's huge, right?
Yeah, it really shows how powerful it can be to use our hidden time to build good habits.
Right. It's a reminder that those small, consistent things we do, especially in those little moments, can lead to big, long-term changes.
This whole conversation has been really eye-opening for me.
Yeah.
It's made me realize that I have more control over my time and my thoughts than I thought I did.
I think we all do. So as you go about your day, try to pay attention to those hidden time moments.
Okay.
Maybe it's your commute or waiting in line or even those few minutes before you fall asleep.
Yeah.
And think about what you can do with that time. What little actions or positive thoughts can you fit in to create the life you want?
That's a good question.
The great thing is there's no right or wrong answer. The key is finding what works for you and making those small changes.
And remembering it's not about being perfect.
Right.
It's about making progress. So
Exactly.
good luck finding those hidden time moments, everyone.